still 50% better than most of your interns, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
She gave us great radio, Joel, to be honest with you.
Minute.
She was hilarious.
Yes.
well,
Yes, of course. I gave you great. Well, hold on.
Yes.
I gave you great radio that week. All right, and I did the best I could. Are you there?
nope. No. You said hold on, and then we began to listen to you.
Because that's what people usually do.
Right.
Not you, though. Not you.
Yeah. I came home every day, and I was really happy to be on the radio show. And, I mean, the fact that you guys actually gave me some money, which was really nice, which was really good.
What does this have to do with Baraka?
Right. What does this have to do
The
with
energy supplement.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Wait, it creates a beverage, Joel?
yes.
What do you mean? There's some flavor to it?
Yeah,
or?
you dissolve it in
water?
Yeah, it's like citrus and mixed berry.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
it flavors up the water a little bit with some energy and some supplements.
Yeah.
Baraka, Berocca.
Did you bring any?
Wait.
We
hold
brought.
I want to try it.
Do we have it here?
Do you actually feel energized?
Yeah, I mean it's
'Cause it has the
it's
caffeine?
caffeine and vitamins and B vitamins. So,
All right, I'm going to try it, and by 9 o'clock, I'll say if it's working or not. You'll be long gone, but
It might cause you to vomit into a sink. For not reasons unrelated. The Baraka people
No,
just
really,
freaked out.
I was
They're just like, what did he say?
All right.
I'm listening.
Listen to me.
Okay.
I was really sick that week. I was really
So, do you want to come back? Do
losing it.
you want to come back?
I want to come back. Yeah, why not?
All right. Well, Opie just gave me the signal.
every day we kind of have someone sitting in, for Anthony. Even though this is not really the Opie and Anthony show anymore. I don't know what this is anymore.
This is, like
Opie.
it's like the Day of the Dead, where you
Yeah.
have a seat for
Whoever.
No.
the ancestors.
So maybe if you behave yourself, maybe we'll let you come in for one day.
Yeah.
All right?
But listen to
no
me. Listen to
puking
me
in
good.
the sink and getting naked while you're shitting.
No, that ain't
Especially if
Maybe once.
Ugly Betty comes back.
Hey.
God.
Oh my God!
How come you do this thing where when you talk, then you go, hello, who's there?
Right.
And then you expect us to interrupt you, but then if we don't, then you start, anytime we're talking, you
plows
think that we're not letting you talk.
Let me see this product. Oh, wow. They're big tablets, Joel.
Yeah. They're huge in Australia and South Africa.
They're like those help me out.
Pills.
Those candies. They make them in
Cialis?
They make them in Boston.
Starts with an N.
Smarties.
Neckos.
Yes, Neckos.
Oh, that
Neckos.
wasn't what I was going to say.
Yeah, but Neckos don't do this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God.
I can't get the big
You
pill
gotta
in my
break
water
it in
bottle.
half.
You sure? How many do I take?
Just take one.
Take one? All right.
I mean, you could do the whole sleeve, but then you'd be able to run a
That's cool
triathlete.
packaging, though.
See?
And the women, you know what they could do with this. You know they do that,
Yeah,
right?
earrings, right?
You know, what are you laughing at, Sam? They've talked about that forever.
They could store...
That women, will take electric toothbrushes and other things that look kind of like, small penises, and they'll use them.
I just want to,
vibrator.
You'll
the
sell a lot
Baraka
more.
people outside.
Oh, sorry, Baraka.
Studio.
Sorry, Baraka.
Why? That's why they made it that shape.
Jumping up and down.
But do they understand?
It's like Sigourney Weaver in Aliens just pounding against the glass.
But I'm getting the word out. There are women out there. They will buy it, when no one's looking, and they'll try the supplement, but they might, do a little something extra. I'll
Did you take your vitamins this morning yet?
Yeah.
I'm going to try this.
I
Yeah.
already took my vitamins.
All right, it was nice talking to you.
good.
Yeah, we're going to let you go.
Take care.
Thank you, Lady Di.
Be well. Sorry to hear about Bill.
No.
All right.
No.
She'll call back. David in Baltimore, we got Joel McHale in studio.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going, Joel?
Good. How are you, David?
Been watching you for a long time.
On the Big Bang Theory?
Can you congratulate them on the community thing? I think that's great that they're going to Yahoo.
exciting.
Because that's a show that should continue. It's really, really well written and clever and funny.
Thank you.
We need more shows like that on TV. We don't need the Big Bang Theory. That's a show, Joel, by the way, now that you're not with NBC. I always hated. I never got the Big Bang Theory.
Well, Big Bang Theory is CBS.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is a...
They would be competing with it if it was on AB. NBC.
Right. Sorry.
It'd be a really awkward schedule.
See, I don't know anything about it. I didn't even know what network it was on. I hate the fucking show. Anyway, go ahead, David.
Well, now we're on.
I saved myself a little bit there.
What's it about? Like a bunch of nerds, but they're really good-looking people, but they're supposed to be nerdy?
What, the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
They're smart guys that live together, and there's that very hot blonde woman.
Yeah, but they love the laugh track. You've seen the clips online where they take out the laugh track and you go, oh my God, there's no there's nothing funny.
They're more powerful than Microsoft. Do you know that?
I know they are, but I think it's.
They're the Halliburton of.
I don't get it. Anyway, go ahead, David.
Yeah, I wanted Joel to tell you guys a little bit about that gay shows thing that they have. It's like a Canadian or Japanese show. It's something really.
Oh, Gayusa, which is a show. It's called Gay USA, which is out of New York here.
Right.
But we call it Gayusa, which we then say it's a Japanese show that only talks about gays in USA.
Right.
And it's a very low rent news for gays in New York, basically. And then they go, and now in AIDS news, and then we have our own AIDS news now, which is unrelated to anything. But that's the show, and we make fun of it as much as we can.
It's a real show?
It's a real show called Gay USA.
Gay USA.
And then we just call it Gayusa.
Gayusa.
Which sounds like a Japanese mom.
Sure, yeah.
What's great about it, though, is that they give banter right back. They're like, oh, Joel McHale mentions us on the soup again.
It's so low. They're like, wow, I can't believe we got mentioned on the soup.
They should be excited. Joel's turning a lot more people onto Gay USA.
We also have a whole segment called Gay Shows,
right,
which covers anything from RuPaul's Drag Race, and then we have like Gay Shows Canadian edition. So we just have they're different.
How is RuPaul's Drag Race? Is it a good show?
It's incredible. It really is a good. It is a good show.
Is it a good show?
But they will do stuff like. They'll create a little poster with a face on it, cut the mouth out, and then line them up, and all the guys will put their mouths against it, and then RuPaul will put a cake pop into each one, and then decide which is the best, and best does the best job. And I'm just like, thank God for television.
Absolutely.
That this is he's come on the show, and he's been terrific.
Are you kidding about that or serious?
Dead serious.
Oh, I think you were kidding.
No, that's funny.
Oh, that's a normal afternoon broadcast television. And our joke was something like, hey guys, bad news. The network says we can't use, instead of using the thing we wanted, we're going to have to use cake pops. So, yeah, it's great.
Joel has to go.
What did you think?
Real quick, Joel, I'll punch out, but good job on the White House correspondence.
Thanks, man.
Oh, absolutely. Joel was in here after the fact, and it was great. He did an amazing job.
I wasn't nervous at all for that. Totally normal day.
I think you'd be nervous.
No. Well, I was a little.
The one thing I felt so bad about was the fact that he got sick right afterwards, and
it was terrible.
You couldn't even really enjoy what you just went through.
No, and everyone,
the whole family got sick.
We all got sick, and every time I tell people that, I'd be like, I got sick afterwards. They're like, of course you did. It was a big letdown. I was like, no. We were ill. We were for real sick.
You think that had anything to do with like stress? Knocking your body down a little bit, just worrying about this thing?
No.
That's a gig I gotta think you were really worried about.
I was definitely
stressing about.
I usually become euphoric after, like, oh, now I can, relax.
Breathe.
No, my kid began vomiting right before he met the president. So unless he was having some contact nerves, then...
Do you think it's possible that your kid got Barack Obama sick?
Well, we didn't see any evidence of his sickness.
Right.
So,
but I wonder, we have to look at a schedule the days after you left Washington to see if he kind of wasn't around for a few days.
That is a good question.
That's a good question.
I mean, he didn't. I don't think he touched him.
Right.
He did touch my younger son. I'd say he walked right. Because my 9-year-old can be shy, and I said, you walk right up to him and say, you shake his hand. I think I told you this, right?
Yeah.
And the president said, so you're Edward? And my kid just goes, no, I'm Eddie. And he just corrected the president.
I love that.
It made me
do you have that on video?
We do.
Oh, good for you.
I have a photo of it. It's still, I can't believe it.
Let's make the Baraka people very happy. I tried it in my water. It's really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm doing the orange one, and it's not too sweet. It just gives
there's zero sugar in it.
Yeah, it just gives you a bit of a tangy taste for your water, and it's supplements.
Yeah, it's vitamins, and as I said, forest destroying caffeine. No, guarana and regular caffeine.
And don't forget about the packaging.
The packaging is great, especially for ladies, according to Opie.
Yes.
Especially for ladies.
And if, you can always take 2 or 3 of them and tape them together if need be.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
If you desire a bigger one.
I mean width, not length.
Joel,
but you guys are doing
trust us on this. Trust us on this. It's going to sell a lot more product.
Absolutely.
When the word gets out to the ladies, they could use this for something else. They're going to have to embrace that. They're going to have to embrace this.
Yeah, I'm going to tell them that this is what they need to put on the packaging.
Absolutely.
I might.
Ladies, hint, hint.
I might try. I might do this every morning for a while. Yeah, physical energy,
if you would
mental
do
sharpness.
They are having a celebration out there, so they'll send you bushels of it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
They'll have a
Thank you.
dispenser. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, we're doing all right there, Joel.
Is it all right?
Just try to figure shit out. You know,
It was shocking when it all went down.
it sure was.
What happened?
Oh, we've already moved on.
But those you should put those headphones are like that's history now.
No one has touched them in 3 weeks. They're just in this exact same position.
Yeah. It's like when your teenager dies, like when you go to someone's house and their kid died in 1988 and the room is the exact same. That's how we are with this. We don't have to do with it.
Yeah, so
Karen
we got to get Joel out of here for other interviews. All right, Joel.
Thanks, you guys.
Where do they go for Baraka? BEROCCA.
Baraka.com. It's made by Bayer, so go to Bayer.com.
Oh, so this is going to be everywhere then.
Yeah, they've got the money.
Oh, good for them.
They've done okay.
All right, and congratulations on that community. I know that meant a lot to you. So.
It did. And then now with Dan unencumbered, it's going to be...
I know Chevy Chase for a while, which is nice.
It's been a couple years.
Is he coming back on?
Not legally. But no, I don't.
He hosted a gala in Montreal. Did
he really?
I think it was this year.
How'd it go?
I heard he was kind of twatty. I didn't.
You mean at the
festival? Yeah, like they have these celebrities host galas. They're not comics, but they'll go on and talk a little bit. Someone said he mailed it in, but I didn't see it. And I heard he was.
Has he ever been in here?
No.
I almost met him once. I was on a TV show with him. I tell the story every time, and we were getting our makeup at the same time. So I figured,
this is the chance.
Yeah, we're on the same TV show. So I turned and introduced myself, and he proceeded to make believe I had never said a word. He didn't even look. He didn't even look, and then I had to kind of awkwardly just stare at myself in that mirror and go, wow, you're a piece of shit. Thank you, Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
So I have my own story. He's a
Someday
dick.
I'll come and I'll be here for the whole
What is he, a fucking Asperger's? Like, what are you doing? You just said dick to everybody.
I just said hi. I wasn't asking for anything. I wasn't asking him a question. Nothing.
Yeah, he just didn't want to be on the show.
Which is stupid.
Yeah. It was,
Well, then what the hell does he want to do if he doesn't want to be on a show like that? That's a good show to be on.
Yeah, I thought...
If you're funny and clever and looking for something a little different.
Yeah.
What does he want? One of these mundane sitcoms like The Big Bang Theory?
How dare you?
He's a funny actor, man. He's a funny comic actor, but he's one of those self-destructive guys that just, no matter what's happening, he wants to fuck it up.
Yeah, I don't think he's the happiest guy around.
I've been drinking this the whole time.
You have been.
I really do like it.
The Baraka
Joel.
people should be very happy.
All right, let's get him out of here. Joel McHale, it's Baraka, and you'll come back and see us soon, right, Joel?
Yes, probably in 2 weeks.
Play that monkey song for Bill. We'll be back.
The guys will be right back. Sirius XM. Sirius 206. XM 103. The guys, the show, whatever it is, are back. Are back. Are back.
Happy birthday, Geddy Lee. 62 today. You like the Rush there, Jim Norton?
I love Rush, man.
You really do love Rush?
Yes, I've always loved Rush.
I did not know that.
Never saw them live. I was going to go when I was like 13, excuse me, and I bought tickets, like I bootlegged tickets. It was my first bootleg ticket experience.
Right.
But I wound up not going because I couldn't get anyone to go with me. I paid $35 for tickets, and I think that they were like $13 face value. Like back then, that was a huge hit for me to take.
Of course.
So I went and bought, and I kind of deep down as I bought it knew I'd never go. Like I knew I was just going through this process, and I wound up not being able to get a person to go with me. So I just kind of sat there. I was too scared to go to New York by myself. I think they're playing at the Garden.
So you never went? You had to eat the tickets?
Yeah, I've never seen Rush live.
Oh, I've seen Rush many times. That was one of those bands that came to Rochester a lot. We didn't get a lot of bands in Rochester when I was up there, but Rush would come along. So
I want to see them.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're really
great
are.
in concert. I mean, I haven't seen them in probably, I don't even want to say. I probably haven't seen Rush in concert in 15 years.
Are they all old now? I guess so, right?
Well, I mean, Geddy Lee's 62. That used to be really old, right?
Yeah, now it's like palatable.
It doesn't seem that old for a lot of these guys still doing it.
No.
Anyway.
I'm interested to see how they are live, though. I mean, everyone says Neil Peart. So I'm like, maybe I'll go just to see him.
Do you appreciate some good drumming?
I do. And normally, for a drummer to be noticed, you have to be great.
Right.
Like, people know Bonham and Keith Moon and stuff because these guys are. Most people don't give a shit about drumming. It's just there. Like, you know it's there. So for the drummer to be the star of the band, you have to be great.
I don't know if he's the star, but he's certainly.
Neil Peart is the star, man.
Certainly has his time up there in concert.
But everybody, like, Neil Peart's the name people, like, when you know the drummer and the lead singers, it's like Lars in Metallica.
Right.
Even though I don't think he's as good as Neil Peart.
Well, lots going on in the news, people. The Clippers. So I guess Donald Sterling lost, and now he's got to sell the team, right?
I didn't know he had signs of Alzheimer's.
You think he does, though? Or is that one side of this, pushing for that fact?
I don't know if I don't think medical testimony would be affected by the desire to sell the team.
Right.
If that's what got him. I don't know.
So, he's going to walk away with $2 billion, I hear.
Well, he'll split it with his delightful wife.
It's unbelievable that he's being forced to sell this team. It's unbelievable to me. But
sure.
But are we amazed by anything anymore?
After Anthony, no. Well, I mean, look, he's got to sell the team for saying those terrible things in private, and it's a different sport. But Ray Rice, what is it? He admits he beats his wife and he's got off for 2 games.
Right.
So Donald Sterling says unpleasant things in private.
Right.
And this is the penalty.
Secretly taped.
Beat your wife.
And his penalty is that he's being forced to sell the team. But I don't think he really has a choice at this point because, he's fucked. If he doesn't sell the team, you got Doc Rivers saying he's not going to coach, and then you got LeBron James saying I will not play against the Clippers. You got the fan base probably will start boycotting. Other players will start boycotting. You're not going to get any good players to come to the Clippers.
Did Chris Paul say something?
What did he say?
That he wouldn't play or something?
Yeah, a bunch of guys are coming out and saying that.
Oh, cool. So how many NFL players, by the way, are saying that they won't play if a guy who beats his wife is playing?
Right.
I'm just curious that all the athlete kind of outrage. Everybody was like, "Oh, these players they refuse to play with a guy who said racist things at home." So I'm just wondering if any of the other athletes are saying they won't play while the wife beaters on the field. I don't think any player has said that.
Why did Ray Rice only get 2 games? A 2-game suspension. Has anyone explained that one yet? That seems a little weird. He's the one that was dragging his wife, or was it a girlfriend, out of the elevator, right?
He uppercutted her.
He uppercutted her and then dragged her out of the elevator.
Yeah, we watched it.
Oh, yeah, we watched it.
Yeah.
No one.
I don't know. I mean, if he had violated the substance abuse policy, he would have gotten 4 games. So.
Oh,
wow! Really?
Yeah. That's what everybody's really.
So the NFL doesn't really care about women, I guess.
Apparently not.
That's what I'm thinking.
And fuck the players too, though. It's not just about them. It's the players too, because the athletes are all they want to stand up because Donald Sterling they don't like. And this is something. This is why you can't take them standing up for against Sterling seriously.
Right.
They don't give a shit about real stuff happening. It's just,
I wonder if NFL players, it's a little different, maybe, because they can take their aggression out on the field against him.
But they won't. And they could do that in basketball. Oh, they can't, right? Not with Al Shore. Nah, but no one's thinking it through like that. No one's thinking it through like that.
Maybe
His teammates aren't saying that.
No, definitely not.
His coach isn't saying that.
No.
Is his coach saying what Doc Rivers said?
No.
I don't think so.
Maybe the NFL found out, what provoked it. Maybe
Maybe they understood.
yeah, maybe they went, oh, okay. We get it. We'll give you 2 though. We got to give you 2 games because people are watching us closely.
Even still, it's not even like he allegedly did it. Like
There's video.
Yeah,
There's not video of the uppercut though, right?
No, there's video of him dragging her out unconscious.
Right. So, what was his excuse for dragging her out of the elevator like that?
I think they said that they just had, an argument.
Yeah, the one of the attorneys, Ray Rice's attorney, called the incident a very minor physical altercation.
She's out cold. But is he saying maybe that she drank too much or something? And did they get married after this incident?
Yes.
Wow.
That was probably how he keeps her quiet.
Wow.
You just don't know him like she does.
Yeah.
Let me say hi to James in San Diego. James.
Hey, boys.
Good morning.
Hey, you can tell from the video that he knocked her out cold, but they've never said it. Cops have never said it. They've never charged him for it. The way that she was being dragged out, you can tell she was knocked out. I mean, I've had to carry my wife drunk like that before, but not like that. So that's the one thing that he's got going for him, is she never admitted it. She married him after the fact. He's never admitted it, and the cops have never admitted that he knocked her out.
Jimmy, there's your answer.
Okay.
There's no evidence that he actually knocked her out, but everyone just assumes that's what happened here. Who started the story that he knocked her out?
They're not saying, but I mean, if Jay-Z's...
Well, how do we know that? How do we know that, people are saying that he knocked her out? Because I don't know Ray Rice, but that's what I heard as well.
Yeah, and if he didn't, why is he accepting a 2-game suspension if he did nothing wrong?
All right.
He just hangs up? You just hang up? How do you just hang up? The guy just hangs up.
Where you got disconnected?
Let's say hi to Chris in Philly. Chris.
Hey, guys, how are you?
We're doing all right, buddy. Considering.
Great.
Yeah.
Understandable. Ray Rice yesterday during the Ravens training camp, they showed a picture of him on the screen, and all the fans gave a standing ovation. So apparently, Baltimore fans don't give a fuck about wife beaters either.
But can we see the footage? Can we see the footage?
I don't know if that's something that'd be on TV.
Well, this is your team, right, Travis?
Of him taking her off the thing. Because is there elevator footage of him punching her that we've just never seen?
There might be.
Yes, there is. No one's seen it, though. They said there is the evidence from surveillance of him, whatever happening in that elevator, but it's never been released.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a casino in Atlantic City. I'm sure they have elevator cameras.
Sure.
So I understand the NFL's decision. I'm just saying I understand it. Because if there's no real proof that he uppercutted his wife, his now wife, then of course they'll only give him a couple games.
Yeah, but he avoided trial by going into an intervention program so that he can have these charges dropped, which he pled not guilty to. But, but I mean, still.
But, I mean, the NFL can't just say, look, we just know that you punched her, so we got to, ban you for the season or something.
Yeah, why? But then again, why is he getting any penalty? I don't understand why there's a penalty at all if there's no proof that he punched her. Why would he accept a 2-game suspension if his wife just passed out?
It's one of those things. They probably sat down and said, we know what you did. You know what you did, but we can't officially prove it. So let's just do this. Let's give you a couple games just so it looks like we did something, and we'll move on from this.
Can we see the elevator?
Yeah, we played this a while ago.
I know. I think I remember it. I just don't remember it.
Yeah. And now they got married after this. That's crazy.
Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. I thought this.
What's wrong with you ladies? Because she knows for sure if this guy uppercutted her. And then she turns around and marries him anyway? That's crazy.
Where does the rumor come that he uppercutted her? Unless somebody saw the footage and said what they saw.
Yeah, if anyone else has info, please help us out on this. Thank you.
The story was she was hitting the shit out of him. He just snapped and cracked her.
She was hitting him first?
Yeah, they admitted to...
Yeah, that's like... I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, buddy.
They said that she was... That's why she kind of threw herself on the sword. She talked to Goodell. She did the joint press conference with them because... I think because not that it absolves him of hitting her, but I think she was saying, I instigated a lot of it.
Oh, by maybe she was hitting him first.
That's what.
Oh, all right. That's different. That is different.
I like that we're working through the story live here. Another person saying the NFL has the elevator video but won't release it.
Why is it, though, is that what the ESPN guy got in trouble for? Was he discussing this case?
Stephen A. Smith.
But why can't you talk about
him in a second.
Someone instigating a fight if someone physically hits you? And that's what he's talking about. I don't mean a wife beater is okay to hit his wife because she says something he doesn't like. But if someone hits you first and you hit them back, why is that wrong to talk about?
When does it get to the point where you should hit a woman?
I think it's hard to say. I mean, I think if she hits you...
We're all brought up to not hit women. And sadly, a lot of women know that, so they will really fucking push their buttons.
The game is on, and she's talking.
They will push their buttons because they know you were brought up that way. Yeah. But when does it get to a point where all bets are off?
Political disagreement, I think, is a fair place.
If she's beating the shit out of him in the elevator...
Without a doubt.
Does he have the right to do anything?
Of course.
Still.
But I'm saying if you say, like, look, I'm voting Republican, and all of a sudden she comes out and she tells you she didn't vote for the guy you said to.
And that's it. That's
Absolutely.
all it takes.
She asked for it. No, I don't know. I guess if she's hitting you first and it's kind of, you just know if you have to hit her back to stop her.
Right. All right, let's see the video. So the elevator door is open. And she is out cold, and he just places her gently outside the elevator. You think he's hoping no one is noticing this?
She's panicking. He's got to be out of his mind panicking.
Now her feet are still in the elevator, and now he's getting some help from somebody that it looks like works at the hotel. Now he's trying to get her feet out from the elevator door.
Who knows? She may have been smashing him though, and he may have just thrown a short. I don't know. I got to just say I don't know.
Right. It seems like they had some conversations behind the scenes, and I think the NFL got all the info and said, all right, this is the way we got to handle this.
Or maybe they couldn't prove that he did it on purpose. Maybe he grabbed her a certain way and her head hit the window.
Right.
And it might have been kind of hard to prove.
Right. I mean, I get why he's only getting 2 games because, like you said, he never admitted to anything. Mm-hmm. So he was never charged with anything criminally. Well, he was, but I mean, he was never convicted of anything criminally. So you're kind of punishing him for something that's the only punishment he's gotten.
Well, there's some conspiracy too, behind this whole decision.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we got Derek in Philly. He'll explain the conspiracy part of this. Derek.
I've got a conspiracy, gentlemen.
Yes.
So, it's all about money in the end of the day. And on week 3, the Ravens are playing a nationally televised game. So he's their marquee player. If he isn't playing, no one's going to be watching. It's going to be a blowout game. So, unfortunately, I think there's some money involved in this, and that's why he's still getting that two game suspension.
And they'll be hyping that return.
Sure.
On national TV.
A lot of people will be watching. That'll be his first game of the season, right?
Yep.
Yes.
How do you feel about Mark Sanchez down there?
So I bought a Mark Sanchez jersey as a joke in Philly and went to their open practice yesterday, and I had a lot of people making fun of me. So,
but he's in the paper saying he loves Philly, he loves the fans, he's so happy he's out of New York.
But what the fuck is he supposed to say?
True.
Like, when the Philly media asks you that, you're not going to say they're both the same. You got to pick who you're playing for. So,
you guys got confidence in him this year?
Fuck yeah, why not? I mean,
God, he was so frustrating up here in New York. So frustrating.
He's our backup, so who gives a shit? We have Nicky Foles, who's number 1, and then Sanchez is number 2.
Nicky Foles. By the way, someone just tweeted, Stop Apologizing USA tweeted, like Jim Norton said, beat your wife on video, 2-game suspension, say unpleasant things, forced to sell your business. I don't know if he beat her on video. And I have to say that because that's the impression I was under.
Right.
And I don't know if it's that cut and dry. Because if they have elevator footage of him just knocking her out, I think he would have gotten a longer suspension.
Now, if the NFL has this video or saw this video, and I'm just saying, I have no idea, was not there, but she's beating the shit out of him for a while, and then he takes a shot to kind of maybe stop her, and unfortunately she's knocked out. I could see where the NFL's like, wow, this is a tough situation, but I see that you were sort of defending yourself because she was going nuts for a while before you hit her,
Yeah.
So, very interesting. Thank you, Derek.
I just don't like the fact that the players are so selective in what they're going to be upset about. That's kind of irritating. That something like this is just
But it's
not that uncommon.
Yeah, I mean,
guess.
what's his face from the Eagles when he said the N-word? Everybody spoke out against it.
Right, exactly. Riley Cooper.
Yeah.
But where's all the players
speaking out against
Yeah,
Ray
where
Rice.
are they?
Yeah.
But this isn't cut and dry, though, is what I'm thinking. I don't think this is cut and dry. There seems to be a lot going on. Unless they release they should just release the video.
But some people will say that no matter what, you don't hit her. You know?
I know. That's why I asked the question, when do you hit a woman? When do you actually hit a woman?
I guess that's depending on your level of ability to take shit. Some guys can take being hit and not ever hit her back. Some guys, if you put your finger in their face, they're going to knock your teeth out. I mean, it depends on the guy.
Exactly. Let's say hi to Rick in Atlanta. Rick.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hi, Rick. Hey, buddy.
Hey, so a few days ago, I saw an article come across. It was either Deadspin or one of those where they were detailing suspensions in the NFL. You see a lot of these drug guys miss multiple games, if not a season, depending on the number of offenses. But there's a lot of violent crimes listed out where they miss like 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah, I think that was on Deadspin.
Yeah, Deadspin's a great website if you've never been there. Most people must have been there
I
by
don't know
now.
how you're not on Deadspin.
Yeah, Deadspin.com is a great site. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and then that leads to Stephen A. Smith, who was discussing the incident right there. Sam, you got that video for everybody?
Yeah.
So he had a little rant on women not doing anything to provoke violence on themselves. What?
And here's what I mean by that. We keep talking about the guys. We know you have no business putting your hands on a woman. I don't know how many times I got to reiterate that. But as a man who was raised by women, see, I know what I'm going to do if somebody touches a female member of my family. I know what I'm going to do. I know what my boys are going to do. I know what I'm going to have to remind myself that I work for the worldwide leader. I'm going to have to get law enforcement officials involved because of what I'm going to be tempted to do. But what I've tried to employ the female members of my family, some of who you all met and talked to and what have you, is that, again, and this is what I've done this all my life, let's make sure we don't do anything to provoke wrong actions. Because if I come or somebody else come, whether it's law enforcement officials, your brother, or the fellas that you know, if we come after somebody has put their hands on you, it doesn't negate the fact that they already put their hands on you. So let's try to make sure that we can do our part in making sure that that doesn't happen. Now, you got some dudes that are just horrible, and they're going to do it anyway, and there's never an excuse to put your hands on a woman. But domestic violence or you know, or whatever the case may be, with men putting their hands on women is obviously a very real issue in our society. And I think that just talking about what guys shouldn't do, we got to also make sure that you can do your part to do whatever you can do to try to make sure it doesn't happen. We know they're wrong. We know they're criminal. We know they probably deserve to be in jail. In Ray Rice's case, he probably deserves more than the 2-game suspension, which we both acknowledged. But at the same time, we also have to make sure that we learn as much as we can about elements of provocation. Not that there's real provocation, but the elements of provocation, you got to make sure that you address it, because what we've got to do is do what we can to try to prevent the situations from happening in any way. And I don't think that's broached enough, is all I'm saying. No.
He said nothing wrong.
You know
he
what?
said nothing wrong.
And I'm with Jimmy, and it's not going to be popular to say that because people are talking about this and Anthony and all that. I don't hear anything wrong there.
Nothing.
I don't hear anything wrong with what Stephen A. Smith just said in that clip.
Because I don't think he's saying, "Hey, you brought it on yourselves.
Right.
Try not to provoke." He's saying, don't do something that's going to get you struck and put yourself in danger.
Right.
I don't think he's saying it's okay if he hits you. Like, if you're arguing with the guy and you're putting your fingers in his face,
right,
and you know he might hit you, don't do that because you're going to get hurt.
Right.
For your own preservation.
Well, because it goes back to my original point. Women know that men have been taught to not hit women their entire lives. So in a way, women do push your buttons more and more because of that. And that's why I asked also, when is it okay? If a woman knows you're not supposed to hit women, and she keeps provoking, pushing you, possibly punching you, it's going to get to a point where some guys are going to snap.
And
that's basically what he's saying. He's saying it's still not right to hit women, but he kind of understands that if a guy is pushed too far, that he's going to, he is going to hit you.
I think he was speaking almost from a woman's point of view. And like, if we're in a bar, and I'm a small guy and you're 6'3", there's never a reason for that bigger guy to hit me.
Right.
But I think he's saying, like, don't go up and start something with that guy if you know you're going to get hit. Not, hey, the man's going to hit you, so keep your mouth shut.
Right.
But protect yourself.
Right.
I think in that thing he's talking about being protective of yourself and like, hey, look, we'll come help you and law enforcement will come help you.
Right.
But don't push it to that point if you can help it.
Right.
The guy's obviously wrong for doing it. But don't rely on the fact that a man won't hit a woman because a lot of guys do.
Yeah, don't assume that every single guy out there is not going to hit a woman.
Look at how carefully we have to talk about this. Like, no one is saying...
It's everywhere. Look, it's on 2 out of 3 of our news channels right now.
Ray Rice, yeah.
The Ray Rice punishment and then the Stephen A. Smith thing. And then Stephen A. Smith had to apologize,
But I don't think he said anything wrong. I don't think he was saying certain women asked for it. I don't think he was saying that they provoked it and they got what they deserved. I don't think he was saying that at all.
No.
I thought something totally different the way people described it.
Honestly, that was the first time I heard that.
Yeah, me too.
I like kind of hearing some of these things cold on the show instead of beforehand. That was the first. I didn't think it was that outrageous what he was saying there.
Why is he in trouble, Sam? For what?
I think it was just the timing of it, because it was right. The context of that was right after going into the Ray Rice story. Like, they did the Ray Rice story, and then he said that in response to it. So people took it to mean he was implying that the chick that Ray Rice hit
herself
provoked it.
But let me add this. Stephen A. Smith is in that world, right? So he probably saw the elevator video, and he probably, I'm just guessing, saw that she was probably beating the shit out. I don't know. I really don't know. But he might have more knowledge on the subject.
That's all you could say.
And basically saying, look, it's almost the OJ thing, or the Chris Rock thing. But I understand. You know what I mean? You shouldn't do this, but I understand in this case.
Like, it's ill-timed to do it then, but his argument seems like a valid argument, which is nobody should hit anybody anyway. Like, women shouldn't hit men.
I don't think he's saying provoke in this sense. Like, it's not like saying, hey, ladies, don't wear a short skirt because you're provoking a sexual attack.
Right.
I don't think that's in the same tone as that.
That word, maybe he probably should not have used, maybe. The provoke part. Because he had a very, I thought he had an intelligent argument on the whole thing, but then provoke, that kind of is like very blaring.
Yeah,
don't you think?
Yeah, but in the context of what he said personally, I listening to him.
Yeah,
I think he's saying be smart, like use your skills, like just be smart. In that situation, don't assume that he's not going to do it,
right? Because
you're going to get yourself hit by some asshole.
There's a guy, unfortunately, he's no longer on the line. He said it's never okay to hit a woman. I don't know about that. I mean, if some woman is going after my kids or something crazy like that, guess what? Guess what? That will be my line. Everyone has their line.
If Jay-Z would have punched Solange in the face on that elevator, he'd have been 100% justified. She kicked him.
Right.
She kicked him in the dick, right?
Yeah.
Or in the stomach.
Yeah, but he would have been in a lot of trouble if he had done that.
He would have been, but as far as that type of an attack, he would have been totally justified in defending himself.
We might have to start a list. If a girl kicks you in the dick, I think you gotta punch her back. Yeah. I think, especially if she's wearing high heels, Sam.
In the face, though? Can you punch her in the face, or you give her like a tip punch or something?
Do you think that a woman should be paid differently or less than a man?
No.
Okay, well then if she kicks you in the dick, you can hit her where you want.
Solange not beat the shit out of Jay-Z, but gave him some nice blows. Because going back to my point, because she knows that he's not going to fucking fight back. He's going to just try to protect himself. That's it. And the woman knows that, so they'll get a few extra shots in, knowing that.
Yeah, but in the court of public opinion, there's no way Jay-Z would have come out of that elevator after hitting Solange, even if he had gotten kicked in the dick.
How awkward would it have been if Jay-Z is dragging Beyonce's sister out of the elevator?
And Beyonce is just walking behind him like nothing's happening?
Beyonce's in the paper today. She's shopping for a home.
A $21 million place.
Without Jay-Z. A $21 million penthouse she looked at the other day. I don't know why we know this. Why do we know that?
Somebody just snitched. Somebody at the agency or whatever, or at the real estate company or somebody, or it's in the building.
Right.
Oh, and she was looking without him.
Are they done? What's the word on the street?
That's what all the newspapers and stuff say, that they have like a marriage counselor on tour with them, and they have terrible marriage problems. But
I thought they were like the perfect couple.
Well, that's the thing. It'll be very, very bad for business if they divorce.
And what's the deal? Who's he messing with?
Everyone.
What's the rumor? The rumor is he's messing with everybody.
Well, I mean, he's fucked everyone. Yeah, he's Jay-Z.
No, since Beyonce.
Rihanna, he was fucking Rihanna. That's what everybody was saying.
While they were dating?
Yeah, while he was with Beyonce, sure. That's what everybody was saying, you know.
Well, I think the thing was, and this is not to brag about myself, but I think Beyonce got tired of being with a black guy, and she wanted a white guy. And I know that she saw my Vice show, and I've just heard.
Yeah,
she did?
Yeah, I've heard that she's having certain feelings.
Wow.
She wants to fuck me.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
So
You sound like a lying sock cucker.
What is that? No, why did I ask? What is that one?
I forgot about that.
Thanks, Sam.
It was.
Have you noticed there's been less Chip on this show? Thanks, Sam.
It's the It was the chorus to Chip's new song.
What's the new song?
It's so bad.
I don't remember the guitar riff though. Do you?
I didn't hear the guitar riff. You just texted me the lyrics.
No, I did the guitar riff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lyrics, because Chip wanted to get around the censors.
Right.
Where you're just a sock cucking fathermucker.
Opie has left the building.
Oh, you don't like that?
No.
I was uncomfortable.
He texted me those lyrics.
Right.
And it was like the only time. Douche chills from a text.
Fucking good. Sock cucking fathermucker.
You gotta put that on video. I'm telling you. John in Ohio. We don't need to go to him. He just says, what if you walk in your house and your wife is drowning your kids? Do you hit her? Yes.
Yeah, if you're going to protect your
and
kids.
And it would be yes, that's my line. If someone's going after my kids.
Because you're not even paying attention to it's a man or a woman. It's your kids.
Right. Oh, God, yeah.
You'll punch a dog in the face if he's going after your kids.
I don't know about that.
You wouldn't punch a dog in the face if he was biting your kid?
I like dogs way better than most humans, Sam Roberts.
I mean, dogs are great, but I would punch a dog.
No. Okay, let me say hi to Dave in California. Dave, what do you got, buddy?
Yeah, I just wanted to agree with Jimmy and say that I think he described exactly right. You know, the way that he put the Ray Rice situation in women and how Stephen A. Smith was trying to describe it. You know, for us dummies to understand it, it's exactly right. You're in a bar and you're a little 5'8", 5'9" guy, and you're going up to a 6'4" guy. You know he's not supposed to pick on you. So why do you sit there and keep on picking on him until he decks you?
Right.
I have a little intel.
Okay.
And I'll keep this very vague.
Thank you, Dave.
But maybe, if I have a woman who's texted me, let's just say this, and she has a certain perhaps inside knowledge of things that happen in maybe Atlantic City, and said he absolutely was charged with simple assault, domestic violence. There may be elevator video. I can't confirm that, but I may have seen additional footage. And apparently this is from a text I'm getting. I don't know if it's true or not, but it says she went to the prosecutor's office and stated that she refused to cooperate. And in Jersey, they don't need the victim. A cop can speak on the victim's behalf. And I think that Ray Rice entered a guilty plea and was approved for DV counseling or domestic violence counseling like anyone else would have been. And then it was written, oh, he cleaned her clock. No, he hauled off and drilled her. He did not have to hit her like he did. So this was somebody who may have seen that footage if it exists because of their position. And this woman says, from a woman's point of view, it sounds to me like he's saying, hey, bitch, know your place, about the ESPN guy. So maybe we did misinterpret it. Like women hear with that, what's his name?
Stephen A. Smith.
So women hear that, and she's saying that that's how she heard what he said. So maybe as a guy, my instinct is to go like, no, he didn't mean that.
Right.
But maybe that is what he meant.
Wow.
So.
Well, it's those keywords like Opie said. It's when he says provoked.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not. He didn't say don't punch a man. He said don't provoke a man.
Okay.
Which is like saying
provoking. That's open for
interpretation.
I think so.
Yeah.
A bit.
Yeah, but it's like when you're a football player, when you're Ray Rice, you don't have to regardless of what that chick is doing, you don't have to knock her unconscious.
No.
You could probably hold her by her two wrists in one hand and say, knock it off.
Of course.
Okay, yeah, so maybe...
It seems like
he did say
he's
something.
got. It seems like he's got an issue. But my point is, I never saw the elevator footage, so I don't know how far she took it before he said, you know what, I've had it with this.
You could probably make
Stephen... And I don't know what kind of punch it was either. I mean, Jimmy's now saying that it was an impressive punch.
I mean, she's
according to
unconscious
this
on the
person
floor.
that I don't know if we could fully trust. Wink, wink. You know what I mean? So
you could probably say what Stephen A. Smith said more eloquently and get the point across without, you know, isolating women like he did.
Well, yeah, because this person is just saying, from what she heard, she said she's not offended by it, but it did sound like he was telling a woman to keep her mouth shut, and it does sound like a short skirt argument from the way he said it. So,
and if that's the case, I do want to state for the record that Ray Rice is completely wrong. Thank you.
If he just knocked his wife out and he didn't have to, he's a piece of shit.
Of course.
Well, that's the question.
Of course.
Like, what could his wife have possibly been doing that he had to hit her so hard that he knocked her out?
If you're both drunk, and again, if I don't care.
No, I was with Jimmy.
Punching you in the face.
Yeah, I'm with Jimmy. I didn't know until now, and I'm not, like I said, we're not really sure if this person is, you know.
But that's like being a boxer. Like, you have to register your hands as weapons because you know that you can do more damage than the average person.
Right.
So the football player has to be responsible for knowing that, you know, she can punch me in the face. Like, you can stop her, you can maybe hold her back, but if you punch her in the face, you're going to knock her unconscious.
Right. Well, maybe, you know.
Let's go to David in Chicago. David.
Stop trying to not get fired. I like that Sam was trying to not get fired.
Being all careful and
What's wrong with
shit.
you?
Who cares at this point if you get fired? It doesn't matter.
Me?
We have nothing to lose.
Well,
David, go ahead.
Yeah, some of us do.
There's a lot you, with the singular. I forgot. David, go ahead.
Hope you can hear me okay. I was just going to say, how do we know that there isn't a case of what they call, quote-unquote, battered husband syndrome? Maybe this is regular behavior from her. This is the only time that...
Wait, what'd you say? I missed... I didn't hear what you said.
Battered husband.
So Stephen A. Smith had to apologize there, Sam?
Yes.
Let's hear the apology. Maybe he'll explain himself further here.
Good morning. On Friday,
he sounds good enough to me. It sounds like a really friendly guy.
Always forgiven?
Yeah. He said good morning. That's a proper salutation.
And another fake apology, obviously. It needs to be stated for the record. He doesn't want to apologize, but some of those lawyers got to him.
Good morning. On Friday, speaking right here on First Take on the subject of domestic violence, I made what can only amount to the most egregious error of my career. While elaborating on thoughts concerning the NFL's ruling versus Ray Rice, following a domestic dispute with his then fiancée, I ventured beyond the scope of our discussion by alluding to a woman's role in such heinous matters, going so far as to use the word provoke in my diatribe.
Oh, okay.
My words came across that it is somehow a woman's fault. This was not my intent. It is not what I was trying to say. Yet the failure to clearly articulate something different lies squarely on my shoulders. To say what I actually said was foolish is an understatement. To say I was wrong is obvious. To apologize, to say I'm sorry, doesn't do the matter its proper justice, to be quite honest. But I do sincerely apologize. As a man raised by the greatest mother in the world and 4 older sisters, I've religiously spoken out against domestic violence all of my life. I've done so repeatedly over 20 years in this business, as well as over these very airwaves right here on First Take.
Can you stop
My
this for a
primary
second?
reason for doing so is because I've experienced...
I knew the apology would be around that word provoke. And know what he should be doing here, instead of apologizing, is just explaining his point further now that he's had time and heard from everybody else and go, okay, I used the word provoke, but what I'm really trying to say here, and then further the discussion.
What would have been, if he was trying to say just don't do anything that's going to... See,
you gotta...
What would be the right word if he's trying to say, like, don't get yourself hit because the guy you know is a volatile asshole, just get out of the situation and don't stand there.
You got to be aware of your surroundings and aware that this guy might really just end up hitting you over something ridiculous.
I think that point that he's making has to be brought up in a different context. Like, you can't look at a video of a woman unconscious on the ground and a football player dragging her out and then start the discussion of, yeah, but what did she do to get knocked out?
Right.
Like, you just can't. Like, there is no context where that's going to be, because it's, in some respect, blaming the victim. Like, no matter how you word it.
What if she pulled out a knife or something, though, Sam Roberts? And you're now in an elevator.
I'm fairly certain Ray Rice
I understand what Stephen A.
defending
Smith
his
was
life.
trying to say.
His timing maybe it was wrong.
Yeah.
Well, of course. But I hate these apologies where now the discussion has to completely stop. Now you have to give your whole resume of why you're not this, advocate for punching women. Instead, he should say, look, this is it. This is what I'm saying. Maybe I used the wrong word, but I want to make this point again. More carefully. Hit the rest of the apology.
And dealt with the matter within my own family. Unfortunately, I did an incredibly poor job of asserting my point of view this past Friday. For that, again, I am truly, truly sorry. Particularly the victims of domestic abuse and to my female family members and loved ones I've disappointed and who know I know better. You all deserved a better professional. And quite frankly, a better man last Friday sitting on this very set.
How long is this?
In this very chair.
Another minute and a half.
My heartfelt apologies to each and every single one of you.
Stephen A., I appreciate you apologizing. I do. And I think there are people out there who appreciate it as well.
There's a woman there to say it's okay. Oh, fucking what nonsense TV is.
Look, they had to make sure they had the woman there.
Like, if he said a genuinely wrong thing,
right?
And hey, look, I'm sorry I said that. It was stupid. All right.
Right.
But does it have to be so perfectly crafted? And does she have to be there just to kind of take up the lady's point of view? It's just such shit.
And then he's told, go into your past and think of all the times that you supported this issue in the right way. And oh God, what was that? What does she say anything? I want to hear what she says now. Jimmy in Alabama. Jimmy.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I'm a big dude. I'm 6 foot 300, football player size guy. I was married for 8 years to a small Hispanic woman who beat the living shit out of me on a continual basis. I never hit her. I didn't cower her down, but I just let her beat on me because I was raised not to hit her back.
And can I stop you for a second? That's exactly what we're talking about. She knows you're not going to hit her, so she's gonna take it too far because she knows that. That's kind of our point today. I think
she's hitting you first. Yeah,
you could also have probably left the situation before you're getting hit a whole bunch of times.
Not if he's married to her and it's happening all the time, Sam Roberts.
Divorce her.
Well, I don't know why he stayed in that, but yeah.
Yeah, because usually when a guy leaves, he's not afraid that he's going to get stalked. That's the difference between a guy like him. He's staying, but I don't think you're afraid if you leave that she's going to fucking follow you with a hammer, whereas a guy, much more dangerous as a stalker.
So what'd you end up doing? Because obviously you did something.
Well, one night she was in my face and she was, clawing at me and fighting at me. I had a glass of soda in my hand, and I slung the glass of soda at her and hit her in the face, which she promptly turned around, called 911. The sheriff's department came out, took me off in handcuffs, and I spent the night in jail for domestic violence. I subsequently had to go to domestic violence counseling. I took a pre-trial diversion, and I had to go sit and listen to women who were really battered, who were the shit and were beat out of them all the time. I had to sit there and listen to their stories the whole time. I'm going, I just threw this glass of soda in a person's face. So, I understand both sides of your conversation, the victims and where Stephen A. Smith is going with that. I would never put my hands on her. I never did. But I also understand that there's guys out there that drop a hat's going to knock a woman out.
Do you regret what you did, or do you think in that moment you were fine?
At that moment, I thought I was fine. That what I did was fine. I had to cool her down. Is essentially what I was trying to do, because I knew that the anger was growing, and I could have choked her to death. But I knew that the way I was raised, my parents raised me. I was in a nonviolent home. I mean, I just knew that I had to do something. That was my get away from her, escape move, I guess you'd call it.
Right. Wow. There you go. All right, Jimmy. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome, man. Oh.
Thanks, Jimmy.
I like being thanked.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
We're trying to speed this along because I know we have Penn Jillette coming in very soon. Luke in Mississippi's reminding me of something. Luke, go ahead.
Yeah, man. A couple of years ago, there was a video of I'm pretty sure it was an elderly bus driver, an older guy, and he just had this lady just harping on him, man. And I believe at one point she slapped him or spit on him, but you can hear everybody in the bus just telling him, knock her out, knock her out.
Right.
He stands up and uppercuts her, dude. Cleans
Yeah, I remember that.
right off the bus.
Oh, we all remember.
But
that was a viral video.
Scroll down, yeah, it was viral, world star.
And most
Scroll
people...
down.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Luke.
No, it's if you scroll down, like some of the first comments are like, "Hey, he should have hit her.
Right.
Should have done it."
Right.
And that just goes back to your point. When is it okay?
A lot of people were in support of the bus driver on that video, believe it or not.
He got fired, I believe.
Yes, he did. Well, yeah. I think you got it, unfortunately.
But
you can't uppercut passengers.
Yeah, I know. It makes it tough for business.
Man or woman.
Right. All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's not forget the famous audio clip of the old guy. She enticed me my entire life.
Asked me to do it.
Are you dead? Yep, she's dead.
Shot her in the stomach.
Oh, he had it.
Hold on, let me check.
Hold on, let me check. Why'd you do it, sir? She enticed me my entire... Can I hear that really fast? I know we got Penn, Jillette, but please. Yes. Oh, you got to find it still?
I'm looking for it.
So, was this guy right?
The bus driver or the guy on the phone?
Yeah. It sounded like she was a nightmare for many, 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 many years.
Yeah, and she was obviously trying to get him to physically do something to her. That's why she was waiting for the opportunity. This is a crazy woman.
Right.
He should not have been anywhere near to begin with.
Here's the clip. I love this thing.
This is pretty well hyped. How can I help you? I shot my wife in the stomach with 38.
Is she still there?
Yeah, she's laying on the floor.
Why did you do this?
She enticed me, and she would ridicule me throughout my lifetime. I'll see if she's alive.
Sir?
She's alive.
That's it?
Well, that was the short version. The long version's over 2 minutes.
So?
All right, well,
Cut it off. Cut it off at the part where we were
the
just
best part
referencing.
is where he goes, yep, she's dead.
No, we heard that.
No, he asked if are you alive or dead?
And then that's when the
cut
clip. And then all right, it's fine. Then he goes back to the phone and goes, she's dead. And then he gives his address and says he's not going to hurt anyone and he'll be waiting for the cops.
The police are I'll be here.
I'll be here waiting. So, just amazing. All right. And do you have the Bill Burr thing?
I have it here.
You do? How long is it? Quickly.
One time
It's 7.5.
Okay,
so
well, maybe we'll play
Penn's
that. Yeah, we got Penn, Jillette. So why don't we take a break and then we'll get Penn, Jillette in. So stay there.
New from Grody Publishing comes the audiobook so erotic it will make you question everything.
Damn, that's a good book on tape.
The best-selling cultural phenomenon evolves just for men. It's 50 Shades of Gay.
The muscles inside the deepest, darkest part of me clench in the most delicious fashion.
Club Soda Kenny takes you on a journey you've only been to in your deepest fantasies.
Suck me, baby.
Millions of red-blooded men have gotten rigid over the excitement of 50 Shades of Gay.
Bro, I've tasted my cum. After hearing 50 Shades of Gay, I would totally be down for tasting someone else's. Or whatever.
I'm a quivering, moist mess, and he hasn't even touched me.
I've always been a guy that's like totally into chicks with tits and stuff like that. But you know what? This book is freaking hot as shit.
Holy fuck, this is wrong, but holy hell is it erotic.
For the first time, I'm sexually attracted to something that isn't available at the deli counter.
My insides practically contort with potent, needy liquid desire. Ooh, I don't fuck guys, man, but I'll jack off to this, man. Damn.
The experts agree 50 Shades of Gay is a must listen.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gay. This audiobook is a must-listen for any man looking to further a healthy sex life. I'm erect.
50 Shades of Gay. If you're not turned on now, you will be. Yum.
Before there was a show, he was so slow. It's growing up, Bobo.
Bobo? Ugh. Can you come help me with my books? They're too heavy for me to lift.
Well, that's the thing. My unit doesn't lift stuff. All it does is get boners and piss and well, when I jack off the white stuff.
Bobo? Who said anything about a unit? What do you mean, white stuff?
Oh, man, nice. Nice and sexy, man.
Bobo, are you paying any attention to me? You keep looking at Mrs. Cumsington.
Nice. I'd love to have my face buried in those boobies.
Bobo, what has gotten into you?
As I say, boobies always loosen me up.
Ew, you're really weird.
I have no problem eating on an ass. And I'd even take the train to Chocolate Town if you're into that.
Where did you learn this from?
I don't like to come off as a pervert.
Too late. I am telling.
Hold on, let me take this call for a second, Spunny Mother.
Oh, mommy. Oh.